So in today's video, we are taking on the very first stage of the Dismal Future Red Zone event with a free-to-play team. That stage in question is 17 and 18. If you guys do enjoy today's video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. But let's get into the run. So this is the team on screen right now as we get through the first phase of this event. There are 3 phases in total. It starts with STR 18, then Tech 17, and then finally it's both of them together as AGL. It's not too difficult of an event, I would say. The only thing is they have low percentage in terms of chance of super attacking, so you just have to worry about their high attack stat and super attack stat. Even though this is the first stage, they do offer quite a punch, as you saw like Goku without guard. Even though it's the first phase, took a lot of damage. The first phase of 18 has 20 million HP, with a decent amount of damage reduction as well. It's 60%. The super attack chance is 11%. And because she only does about 3-ish attacks per turn, there's a very low chance that she does super, which is good. It means that for our type disadvantage or type neutral unit, you're probably not going to die. Now, the super attack was dodged there, which was a very clutch. And then with this turn, we should get the kill here. Moving on to Android 17. There's no real other shenanigans with this character. You can't really like stun, seal, or lower attack. So there's no real way of getting any sort of cheese effect. And that is the first phase down. Now onto the second stage, we have Tech 17. Of course, going to be a little bit tougher than 18. It's about an extra 5 million HP you have to deal with. A little bit stronger in attack. The damage reduction is technically lower by 2%. You do have to deal with more attacks, though. And the super attack chance is 15%. Of course, this is where the super attack damage goes past 1 million. So Goku, again, another turn without any guard. He's taking over double-digit damage with even, like, high amounts of, like, defense stats and support in there. But we live to see another day, which is good. We want to get his revive off, and then we can, do a lot of damage. Since you have type advantage on the last phase, we're going to cook. I did bring 3 tech units in here. So because all the attacks were in the first phase, it didn't really matter too much that my Jackie-chan didn't get any links or anything like that. I was banking on, Goku and Chi-Chi's active skill here, but I did not do enough super attacks, which is fine. Completely fine. I just had to use a Whis instead for the 40% damage reduction. And versing an AGL enemy, this kind of like setup here is really good. Since we're versing AGL for the very last phase. So we can build up with Goku and Gohan pretty nicely. And their defense stat, after about turn 6, should be good enough with a Wii stacked on to tank double-digit damage. And we have All in the Family as well, so that's going to help a lot. So yeah, double-digit. Now we just gotta hope that the 15% chance to super doesn't proc, which it did not. And luckily, Goku and Chi-Chi did not have to take any attacks. They would definitely not live a normal, even with a Whis. And then we have the standby mechanic here. And so we are good to die if we need to, just do the revive. We still have Whis activated, so I put Jackie-chan first, because if he manages to survive with his guard, which I didn't know pre-super that he could, he will get a free, 5.49 million attack stat with a 30% plus critical chance, which we do, which is free damage. And then Goku here is weak enough so that we can die through 1 attack. Get that finish skill as soon as possible. The actual goal here is not to kill. But get him low enough so that the next turn we can finish things off. And with 1 bar left, with 2 int units, the attack patterns were perfect. Should be doable. There's no other dodging mechanics that we have to deal with. He has the same resistance, Android 17, with the no lowering attack, sealing, or stunning. This time you can't lower defense. So if your team relies on lowering defense or something like that, probably not the best choice to bring. There's definitely no itemable as well, if you get really lucky, because their super attack chances are pretty low enough that you can do this with no items. This is like my second proper attempt. My first attempt, I was actually trying to no item. Like, I was on the last phase. I was like, maybe I'll just no item, see if I can show off. But then, yeah, I took a super attack. It was just game over. Anyway, we got the kill there, which is good. Everybody got a free little stack as well. And even though we are turn 9, I didn't get Goku and Chi-Chi to the active skill, which was quite embarrassing. I wouldn't have used it anyway, but it's just weird that turn 9 they still don't have it. We stop, of course, just so we can tank, and we just have to hope that we take a super attack in the first 2 slots and not in the last slot, because that's just game over. In this form, 17 and 18, while the Dokkan goes along, 35 million HP, 460,000 for their attack stat. Their super attack is 1.28 million damage, with an 18% chance to proc as well. And they do like 7 attacks in 1 turn, which is like, now that's like red zone standards right there, the amount of attacks. It actually, the low amount of attacks that they do at the start does counteract this team quite a bit. Well, especially Goku receiving the attacks, and like Jackie-chan needs to receive attacks as well. It's quite interesting. Like, it's a very slow build up, but I love this team. It's very reliable. Even though there was, in the first turn, I didn't even use Goku's guard. I like put him in a free spot, pretty much. So he's like still building up to this point. We did a lot of damage. Oh, I forgot to mention, the androids do absorb any ki or block any ki-based supers, so you will not do damage. Which is why Earthbred Fighters is a really good team for this, just because there's a lot of units, or free-to-play units, that don't do ki-based attacks. It's all just like physical or mixed. And luckily we did take the super in the second slot, so as long as Goku and Chi-Chi super to raise their defense for the turn, they should be all good. And then the Dokkan mode heal us up. And then the final turn, we still have Whis activated. So I just make sure to get 18 key supers with everyone. Piccolo will raise allies' attacks. Gohan's invincible with damage reduction stacked on. Type advantage with Goku and Gohan. So it was pretty much guaranteed to win here. And with a 4.5 million attack stats, I think Goku and Gohan here finishes off with this super. I'm pretty sure. Yep, with a critical. Nice little critical. And that is the first stage of the Dismal Future Red Zone done. Pretty tough. Like, strength-wise, it gets really scary for the future stage. I'm really worried how strong they're actually going to hit. In this stage, the only banned unit is Devilman, which, I'm sorry, that's probably my fault. I've done a lot of videos with Devilman. But that is going to wrap it up for today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel with the notification bell on. I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video as per usual. Become a member, link in the description. Till the next one.